Can you tell me what's wrong with this sample?
Oh my God, I'm sorry.
Can you understand as a black woman why I would have a problem with that?
Yeah, I can double check who.
How could that be a mistake? Because this King, that's my last name, right? Comma would be my first name, correct?
Yeah.
How do you misspell Kiera as Kong? That's insane.
Yeah, I can double check who did that. I'm honestly not sure who printed that.
Go ahead.
Yeah, sorry. Previously, we've never had like any sort of issue like that. I understand where you're coming from.
I'm on fire. I'm on fire right now. Like, that's unacceptable. And even if it is a typo, which, like, if they want to pull that and say that that's what it was, how? Seriously?
Yeah, honestly, I'm not sure how that happened.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So are you able to, like, go in and see, like who did it, what? Because was that in my chart? How does that happen?
Let me double check. No, like that's not anywhere in the chart. I do see your name is listed, Kira King, which, let me see.
Right. Like, that's, like, reportable. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's, like...
Yeah, I'm so sorry about that. Let me just try to get more information, okay? I do apologize. Again, it wasn't me who, like, printed that label.
I understand.
I'm not sure how it happened.
I understand. I cannot walk out of this office without raising that. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Up as a concern, because what do you mean? That's a black woman comes into, right, doctor's office seeking care to be taken care of, and they receive.
Yeah. Okay, let me just try to get a little bit more info, okay?
Thank you.
I'll be right back. Medical assistant helping you today?
Uh-huh.
So she's just...
It was, I see that I put the name incorrect on there. It wasn't really my intentions to do that. Your name on there is not what it seems on there. Like I did mention to her, and she did mention to me that you want this all recorded. That is totally fine. It wasn't really my intention to put your name like that. I did give it to you, and we were double checking it to see if it was incorrect or correct. We didn't mention anything.
We didn't double check anything. You said, have you done a sample like this before?
Have you done a sample, and then I gave it to you, and you went to the restroom.
Correct. So why are you saying that we were checking the name?
We were checking the name because I asked if it was incorrect or...
No, you didn't.
Okay, but...
No, you did not.
Okay.
You said, we walked to the door. Correct me if I'm wrong, please. Correct me if I'm wrong. We walked to the door. You said, have you done a sample like this before? I said, no. And then, or I said yes, and then you said, okay. And then you opened the door. Right?
You opened the door and I gave it to you.
Correct.
Yeah,
so when did we check the name?
And then I gave it to you, and then like I said, it wasn't my intention. I literally just checked my computer just now to see the name, and I was like, I know why she's upset because I put the name on there incorrect. But like I mentioned to her, and I'm gonna mention to you, if you feel some type of way of how I wrote it and you want to report me, that is totally fine. But like I mentioned, like I'm saying it to both of you, it was really not my intention to put that on there.
So here's my thing. One, I don't understand how you could mistype something like that. I don't understand how you can write Kong instead of Kiera. How did you mistype that?
I was typing. To be honest, I type really fast. I don't double check when I'm typing really fast. I did put your name on there, but for some reason it went to an error. But like I mentioned to you, it wasn't.
So it auto-corrected from Kiera to Kong? That's crazy.
But
and then additionally, what I have a problem with now is that you're straight up fabricating that we checked the name on the bottle when we did not. Okay. Did we check the name on the bottle?
Like I said, for me, I did check it, and I checked it with you, but you...
So you checked it. So you made a typo. You were typing really fast, and then you checked it, and then...
No, I didn't check it. I just put it...
So now you didn't check it.
I didn't check it. I just...
This is ridiculous. I'm done with this conversation. Okay, please give me her name, and I will report it. Thank you.
I'll give you my name right now, okay?
Multiculturalism is a trap. And I know every black person watching can identify. I don't care if you mixed race African. I don't care if you full-blooded African. I don't care if you American African, continental African, Caribbean African, British African, Canadian African, Australian African. Everybody can identify with what I'm about to say. The number one emotional cost of being trapped in a prison of multiculturalism is you always have to explain your black perspective. Give me some fire if you understand where I'm coming from right now. Give me some fire if you understand where I'm coming from right now. When you are the black person in the room and you give your experience as a black person, you have to always explain and defend yourself. If you understand, overstand, or understand me, give me some fire. Who can identify? How many of you was at the job as one of the only few blacks? And when the Chinese gave their experience, it was okay. When the Arabs gave their experience, it was okay. When the Latinos gave their experience, it was okay. When the European Jews gave their experience, it was okay. When the Native Americans gave their experience, it was okay. But the minute you opened your black mouth and talked about what it is like to be black and how you are treated as a black man or a black woman, you had to explain yourself over and over again because everybody else in the room tried to dismiss your narrative. They tried to dismiss your experience. This is why multiculturalism is a trap. This is why multiculturalism is a trap. Because when you walk into a room as a black person, there will be some Chinese. There will be some European Jews. There will be some Latino. There will be some Native American. There will be some Arab. There will be some Anglo-Saxon. There will be some East Indian. It looks like it's multicultural, don't it? But guess what? With all that diversity in the room, guess what everybody in that room agrees on except you? Guess what everybody in that room agrees on except you? The white man agrees. The Chinese agrees. The Latino agree. The Arab agree. The East Indian agree. The Jew agree. They all agree that the black person in the room is irrelevant and unworthy of respect. Am I wrong, brothers and sisters? Am I wrong, brothers and sisters? Even in a so-called multicultural context, you are still victimized by white racism through proxy from all the other groups in the room. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. You say, wait a minute. This room is culturally diverse, but I still feel alienated in this room. And the reason you still feel alienated, even in a culturally diverse room, is everybody in the room hates black people. That's why you still feel so alienated. The Chinese in the room don't like black people. The Arabs in the room don't like black people. The Native Americans in the room don't like black people. The Latinos in the room don't like black people. The East Indians in the room don't like black people. The Anglo-Saxons in the room don't like black people. And this is why you can take a black person from an all-white room. You could take a black person from an all-white room. And by the way, African Latinos, I'm not talking about you. You part of the family. Afro-Latinos, I'm not talking about you. You are part of the family as long as you identify with us. Okay? I'm talking about anti-African Latinos, not African Latinos. Stay with me. So you put a black person in an all-white room and you say, I feel a lot of racism in this all-white room. I feel a lot of tension in this all-white room. I feel a lot of bigotry in this all-white room. And then I take you from the all-white room and I put you in a room that's culturally diverse. And when I put you in the room that's culturally diverse, your uneasiness doesn't go down. Your uneasiness doesn't go down. Your uneasiness doesn't go down. Your uneasiness stays the same or goes up. Why does your uneasiness stay the same or goes up when you go from an all-white room to a multicultural room? When you go into the multicultural room, you should feel more comfortable. Why don't black people feel more comfortable when we go into the multicultural room? The reason black people still feel uncomfortable is because now You're not just the victim of white racism. You're the victim of Chinese racism. You're the victim of Arab racism. You're the victim of Native American racism, Latino racism, European Jew racism. Oh, yeah. Multiculturalism is a joke, brothers and sisters. It is a joke. Why are we the only people who have to always defend our experience? Look at when the police kill us. The police kill us, and there's a presumption of innocence, even though everybody saw the police take that black man's life. Look at the brother who just got tased to death. Look at the brother who just got tased to death. Look at the brother who just got tased to death. You're going to tell me that 2 or 3 cops can't take that young brother. He was not that large. You're trying to tell me y'all can't handcuff his ankles and carry his ass up out. That's what you tell him. You can't handcuff the ankles and carry that man out. You could. You wanted to kill him. See, when people engage Africans, they want to harm us. So they create a situation that makes it look like we are aggressing them and offending them so they can take our life. You said he was resistant? Look at all the white men who murdered people and were taken alive with weapons. Look at the Buffalo shooter. See, some of you Negropeans want to defend the police. And one of the police was a black man. One of the police was a black man. The police that tased and killed that brother the other day, one of them was a black man. One of the police that tased and killed that brother the other day, one of them was black. And you're going to sit up here and tell me they had to tase him. They could have carried his ass out. They could have carried his ass up out of there. Look at the Buffalo shooter. He was fully armed and they didn't fire a single bullet. They talked him out. What did they do in Buffalo, New York? The police said, we talked him into surrendering. Wait a minute now. He just murdered all these people and you talked him into surrendering. So why didn't they talk the brother into not resisting instead of tasing him to death? If they can talk the Buffalo shooter into giving up his rifle, why couldn't they talk this defenseless young man into not resisting? And you black people, I'm so sick of you always defending the white power structure. I keep telling you, we cannot take all these Africans with us for the Freedom March. These Negroes are loyal to white supremacy. Half of you Negroes are in love with your slave master. You are in love with them. There are black people who are absolutely in love with racism. They are married to racism. You know what we're going to do? We're going to have a big wedding ceremony. I want to officially marry all you buffoons. I want to marry all the buffoons in the community to racism. We're going to have some white mannequin dolls. I'm going to get some white mannequin dolls and put them in a wedding gown and let you beta male bootlickers walk down the aisle with the wedding song and put a ring on your finger. Let's officially marry you to racism. Let's just do it the right way. We need wedding rings. Where's our jewelers at? Where the jewelers at? Where the African jewel? We need some conscious jewelry. We need 2 million I love white people rings for black folks. Wedding rings. We need 2 million I love white people wedding rings. We're going to have a massive we love racism wedding ceremony for all the black people who are in love with their oppressor. We need to make that happen. We need to make that happen. When you endorse multiculturalism as a black person, when you endorse multiculturalism as a black person, you become an alien in a sea of people who don't like you. Imagine being a goldfish dropped in a fish tank full of piranha. Imagine being a goldfish dropped in a fish tank full of piranha. That's what you do when you endorse multiculturalism. You say the more color, the better. The more diversity, the better it is for everybody. The more diversity, the better it is for everybody. Really? So the Chinese man comes from China with a loan of credit to take over my neighborhood. The European Jew shows up from Israel with a line of credit to take over my neighborhood. The Arab shows up with a line of credit from Dubai or United Arab Emirates or Iraq or Afghanistan or Kuwait with a line of credit to take over my neighborhood, and somehow putting all them in the same space with me is going to make me feel better, look better, and do better. I don't know what crack you smoking. I don't know what crack y'all smoking, but that don't work for me. Multiculturalism is nothing but a disguise racism wears to psychologically seduce black people into dropping their guard. I'm going to say it again. Multiculturalism is a disguise that racism wears to psychologically seduce black people into dropping your guard. Nobody likes black people in the world. I've been all over the world. Nobody likes black people in the world. I've been all over the world. Nobody likes black people in the world. I've been all over the world. Stop playing this multicultural game. When they ask you, should we hire a Japanese? Should we hire an anti-African Dominican? Should we hire an Arab? Should we hire a Native American? You know what you should say? I think you need to hire another black person. I think you need to hire another black person. And why do you want me to hire another black person? Because I don't identify with nobody at this job. I don't identify with nobody at this school. I don't identify with nobody in this program, because everybody here showed up in America as an immigrant. I'm the only person in this class whose ancestors showed up as imported merchandise. Everybody in this school, everybody on this job, everybody in this community, they showed up in America as an immigrant with resources. I'm the only person who showed up as imported merchandise, and I'm the only one without any resources, and I'm the only one without a solid connection to the land of my birth, a solid political, economic connection to the land of my birth. So if you want to make it more diverse, hire more black people, because I'm the only person on the island in here. We have to stop being afraid to be black. We have to stop being afraid to let other people know we are black. For so long, brothers and sisters, we have stood down and we have bore the brunt of uncomfortability. And I'm telling you that in 2023, it is time for us to get comfortable and make them uncomfortable. I said in 2023, it is time for us to get comfortable and make them uncomfortable. I'm saying in 2023, it is time for us to get comfortable and make everybody else uncomfortable. Don't let them silence your black voice. Don't you let them silence your black voice. Speak up and say, I have a problem with this Christmas party. I have a problem with this holiday party. I have a problem with this retreat, because it seems like you catered to everybody's culture except mine. But aren't you American? I mean, I know you're African American, but you're still one of us. I am not one of you. I am not one of you. I am not an American by privilege. I am an American by circumstance. America isn't something I'm proud to be a part of. America is something that was done to me. When you say you are an Italian American, when you say you are a Greek American, a Russian American, a British American, you're talking about your prideful experience in this country. I have no such frame of reference. When I think of America and what it has been to me, I think of fire and brimstone. So the next time you decide to include me in a group of Americans, you better come and ask my opinion first. I am an African victim in America. I am an African prisoner of war in America. Don't you ever mislabel me as one of you ever again.